Hello friends, we're back with some more Prussia. Let's take it slow, shall we? So, last weekend we managed to make some bad moves, some big mistakes, but it will not define us. It is merely a stepping stone. So I got a comment saying that as a Prussian culture person, if you create the Kingdom of Lithuania, it'll turn into Prussia. That's a good point. I didn't know that, but now I know. It's pretty funny because the duchy is called Pruthenia instead of Prussia. It doesn't matter. But the main reason I wanted to... The commenter also brought up the question why I wanted to make my own kingdom. And it's merely because, for the challenge, really. There's nothing else to it. It adds a little bit of what should you call it? It adds a bit of tension because you essentially, with this character before he dies, I have to create the kingdom, or when he dies it'll split off into the different dukedoms. For example, we have two sons and we have three sons, right? Yes, three sons, and they all inherit one little piece of land. So, for example, they only inherit the counties. So that means they're probably still going to be my vassals, maybe? Anyway, inheritance is a bitch for pagans and for tribals, no matter where you are in the world. But we will deal with it when it comes, and it will come sooner rather than later. So we should get a move on, trying to take over everything. Had a little bit of a look around, and a Slavic nation has taken Podlasie, which we will require in order to reform the faith. So we'll also check to see how strong he is, and he's not very strong in comparison to us, but we are pretty weak right now because we just won a war. We did take some losses there, so it would be smart for us to wait a little bit before we go on the offensive, just to let our troops recover a little bit. Something else is, I had a comment on the second video asking me why I put all my childs on thrift. He or she was asking why that was, because I could have made my son a martial man because he already had a strong martial. This one here, for example, and that's a good point. But essentially, all the different childhood traits have a chance to get a very specific childhood. I think this is a trait and this is a focus anyway. So duty has conscientious. I don't know how to pronounce that. Not right now. It's too early for. Anyway, faith has idolizer. Heritage has nothing. Humility has timid and affectionate. This has etiquette as playful and indolent. Struggle has rowdy and willful, and pride has haughty and brooding. Thrift has curious and fuzzy. And essentially, the reason I always pick thrift is because you have a chance to get curious. Curious is like objectively only a good trait, because all the three things you can get from it are good. Cynical is considered a bad trait, but it's not necessarily a bad trait because it gives 3 intrigue, so it's not bad. But the chance here is to get shrewd, and if you get shrewd, you get +2 in every trait, and it's just good. It's just good. While he wanted me to pick maybe, for example, one of the different martial focuses. For example, pride, haughty is not. It's objectively just bad to get, I think, because proud doesn't matter because it just gives you a slight increase in prestige. Arbitrary is purely bad because it reduces your stewardship and makes you do bad things. I think it triggers some bad events. Cruel is it's not bad. I think it gives you morale damage if you lead troops in battle, and it also increases intrigue a little bit. Brooding though is good because just is fantastic. It gives you extra 2 or 3 extra stewardship, and it gives you access to some very good decisions in events. Wrath is good because it gives you 3 martial. And Envious, I don't remember what Envious does, but it's bad. Anyway, Struggle gives you Rowdy, which has a chance to give you Brawny, which is good. It's objectively good because it increases your martial pretty good. It gives you extra health, I think, and it also increases your combat capabilities if you lead troops and happen to find yourself in a melee. Honest is bad. It's a good trait because it gives you good stats, but it's a bad trait because of all the options in the events you get to choose. If you are, for example, a vassal and you're plotting to kill your liege and he figures it out, he can just say, well, stop doing it because you are honest, and you have to say yes, and then you can't plot ever again. I don't want it. And Dull. Dull is -2 in everything. It's the polar opposite of Shrewd, and like just having the chance of getting Dull is the worst. So it doesn't balance out the chance to get Brawny. It's my general consensus. Willful is also good. Ambitious is like Shrewd. It gives you +2 in everything. Brave is good if you don't intend to lead troops. That's like how should I explain it? Brave is yes, Brave is good if you intend to not lead troops because it increases your martial. It also gives access to special tactics for you if you lead troops. It also increases your personal combat ability, but if you lead troops with Brave, you will essentially almost always find yourself doing reckless charges, which gets you as the commander killed. And it also inflicts heavy casualties on your troops, so being brave as a commander is not good, because it always ends up to you getting maimed, you get killed, you get your limbs chopped off, just everything bad, so I don't want it. And Stubborn is, I think it reduces your stewardship, and it's not that good, so I don't want it. That's essentially why I pick as I pick. Thrift is good. All these traits are not bound specifically to faith, to the focus. For example, if I pick Faith, I still have a chance to get all the other things through events, but it's a higher chance to just get Idolizer, for example. Idolizer is bad because it can give you Frail, and Frail is just absolutely horrendously bad. Heritage is the only utility type of thing that you should pick. It makes you switch to your tutor's religion, and culture and religion is what I'm trying to say. It's an easy way to just switch. As if you've watched my other playthrough as Yemen, you've seen me use it, or you will see me use it. I don't remember. Anyway, so that's an explanation. I should make it a little bit more clearer why I do things. Having played for close to 700 hours, it just comes natural to me. I just know exactly what I want to pick, and it's easier than just sit there and explain everything. But that's not entertaining, I guess. So, where we left off, we didn't decide to change laws anymore. I think we voted to allow revocation of titles. We managed to succeed with that. So we also changed to agnatic cognatic, so if we had no sons, daughters could also inherit, so that our realm does not die. Our family name doesn't die, with the eligible male heirs dying off. Anyway, now Worship ancestors. We could do this, but I'd rather have a prisoners, because you can offer the prisoner instead of a limb and or an eye, so we shall not do that, but for now let's let time pass. Your steward has suggested that you build a great monument as a display to Parthenia's might, which, while such a project would surely have its benefits, it would be costly and you would need a great number of men to construct the monument. 20 gold, that's a lot for us right now, but so is the piety, and we could really use the piety. But while it's being constructed for a year, we would have 50% less levy. It's not good. Could also get the prestige. This will increase monthly piety, this will increase monthly prestige. Do we want this? Piety is important and we do really need it if we want to reform the religion. So I'm gonna do that. It's gonna put us in the negative, but I mean, there's nothing really we can do about that. I did want to recruit a nobleman so we could get someone with high stewardship, because our current steward is trash. So after giving my advice on a delicate matter, the courtier asked me to accept a small gift of gold as thanks for my help. I have a chance to get charitable, and we have a chance to get greedy. Greedy is good. Greedy is just good, because it just gives us a flat national tax modifier. And you offer up one single diplomacy, and I think that's always worth it. Charitable is better, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, especially since we're a tribe. 10% of nothing equals nothing. So having a chance to get charitable is better, because the diplomacy and the same trait opinion and church opinion is good. So we did get charitable, nice. Now, about inheritance. If we happen to die next year, for example, or tomorrow, I don't know, it's already fixed, so it didn't happen, but if we happen to die and our sons, if the realm splits up between our sons, if they choose to stay as our vassals, I think they get a choice to not do that. Our main heir still has a strong claim on that province, which means we can retake it instantly if we so wanted to. I think that if they split off as vassals and stay as vassals, I think we could also revoke the title, which will lead to civil war and people will dislike us, even though we have a strong claim. I think that's how it works. We will see. Oops, I clicked that. Did we upgrade the trait? I remember us starting with the level 2 trait, and I think we did upgrade it, yes. Now, nothing very much is happening right now. We could also try and... Oh, right. Oh! What happened here? I guess this guy just ended up dying, and... Let's see here, Kingdom of Lithuania... Conquered in a war, and I guess this guy, yeah, he just died from depression, and this guy was elected the new heir because the old guy didn't have any sons. Hold on, let's figure this out. You did have some sons, and he's the High Chief of Memel, so I guess they just decided this guy was better. That's not good for the stability of our realm. He has nothing. This guy, so they had 900. They have 2.3 thousand troops. We have 1.2, 2,000, 2,003. We have almost a roughly equal amount of troops, it seems. It's not good, it's not bad. This guy has 1600 and also 2.3. So this is a situation we're in. Teach him to lead. I don't know what I pressed, but I was gonna press leading in the center, but it doesn't matter. Goranos, gracefully accepted my lessons of war, which with more generals like me who can stand against us. Ah, he gained unyielding. That's not bad. It's good on the defense, and as a Romova we really should be fighting in the defense. Now about this. It's got some prestige and some piety. This is they're voting for. We should just wait for this guy to die. He's old, he has cancer, he's wounded. It's fine. We lost our diviner. Finally the monument is finished. It turned out to be just like you envisioned it, or perhaps even better. To celebrate its completion, a grand ceremony was held in Orunmila's honor. And what a ceremony indeed! Tales of it will be told for as long as the monument stands watch over Marienburg. We gain 250 piety, we get the holy monument. I think this is a permanent modifier. I think that if we happen to, for some reason, lose Marienburg to a different religion, they will tear this thing down. And that's unfortunate, but you know, that happens. Now I see that this guy here is at war with Vitebsk, Krivia, and he succeeded. So he's getting stronger, and they absolutely hate him. So I don't think they would defend him in battle, maybe. Alright, we lost our court chaplain, and we should really... He's not what I want, how about you? It's not what I want, how about you? Come on, yes! 15 is the breaking point for court position as well, so I tend to do that. I don't want to nominate anyone until we figure out who's the better son, and for now it seems that this guy is more well-rounded, but this guy has more important traits, I guess. $230, 1600, 1800. Okay, we really should do this. We have a few different claims. We could claim Latgali up here for a chancellor of our vassal, but we can't do that because he doesn't own any land. So if you press this claim, he will just get that land. But I think we should do a conquest. I don't remember what happens here. Oh shit, this guy is... Who are you to him? Why do you have a pact with with this guy? They're allied. We can't do any alliance ourselves. Sadly, guess we just don't. Interesting. So we probably have to wait for this guy to die as well. That's unfortunate. Oh, and he broke free. This is exactly what we wanted, since he has no troops and this guy has almost no troops. We will do this, and we shall border dispute over Trakai. So click. Call the troops. We shall call the banners. One of us don't respond to the call. Why didn't you respond to the call, I wonder? No, we will not lower the men. Let's do this. Come attach to us. And let's fight. Do we have any good commanders? We have one who is... he's okay. So the commander we taught how to be unyielding was absolutely the worst man on the planet for leading troops. He has 2 martial, and that will get everyone killed because he's undecisive. Whenever I talk to women nowadays, I can tell that they are bothered by my missing eye. It has shaken my confidence, and I often feel awkward when interacting with them. However, I have heard of a pioneer who crafts very lifelike prosthetic eyes. Perhaps that is the solution to my problem. Oh, we can get a glass eye. 15 gold, though! We're already losing. No, I can't do that. It's too much money. We're already losing money. Speaking about losing money, we did buy a commander earlier at the beginning and made him our marshal. He has now bullied the peasants, extorting them for money, so he has forfeited his office and we will imprison him. He has 100 gold sitting on him and we shall simply banish him after we seize the gold. Funny how that works, right? So now we shall pause the game, promote a new commander. He's good enough. Place him as the new marshal, let him do this. I did say I wanted to invite a noble, and so we shall. 22! Jesus Christ, okay. So you are worthless, and you are now the new guy. Build my legend, please. Let's continue fighting. 2 children lack. Now, let's see here. This guy should be a... He has good martial, which makes me want to pick martial education, but he has timid, which will probably lead him to be craven. Yeah. I could have picked stewardship focus, since he has so little stewardship, to focus on that, but he's indolent, which will lead for him to be slothful or gluttonous, I think. I think that's how it works. It's more likely because of the negative trait. I don't want to make him an intrigue person. I don't want to. So, I guess... No, we have to make him a martial man. We have to. As a pagan, as a tribal, you really have to have focus on martial, I guess. I guess that's just how we're gonna do it. Now, his brother, his twin brother, you will also be a martial man, because you have no negatives to it. You have only bad traits, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, but let's not speak about that. There will both be brothers in arms. One of them will lead troops, the brother, and my inheritor son will simply be a good, well-educated soldier. I was asked if I could make my ruler into a commander and make them lead troops. I could do that, but as I've said, it leads to you dying pretty more often than not, so I don't really want to do that, so I'll compromise and make my brother do it instead, because that solves inheritance issues and other things. The reputation of being a follower of Perkunas has spread across the lands. Many great seasoned warriors have since traveled to Marienburg to pledge their alliance to our cause. Glory to the Thunder God. I don't know why that didn't give me any troops. So we're past the 20-minute limit by 3 minutes, but I shall endeavor to finish this war before we do anything. There we go. Click, 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 clack. We get the province. We didn't make the same mistake we did with Skalovia this time around. We didn't take any prisoners either, so that's a shame. But things are as they are. We didn't get any prestige for winning the war, which is funny. I don't really know what's going on there, but it doesn't matter much. We got some money and we should invest it in market villages, I think. I'll talk about this next episode. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.